Welcome to AQMD On The Air. I'm your host, Lior Alpern. Joining us today is a California State Senator representing over 900,000 people in the 21st Senate District, which includes the cities of Burbank, Glendale, Pasadena, La Cañada-Flint Ridge, San Gabriel, Temple City, and several communities and neighborhoods within the city of Los Angeles. Senator Liu, thank you for joining us, and it's an honor to have you on our show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
First, congratulations. I understand that the governor signed all of your bills that the legislature sent to his desk this fall, and that is quite an accomplishment given the lean times that we're in and the governor's veto rate, so congratulations. But I know that you believe that legislation is not the only way to get things done, and particularly given the challenges here in Southern California, such as rejuvenating our economy, creating jobs, and protecting the public health and the environment. Could you share with us your vision for building a sustainable future for our region?
Well, you're correct. Just passing laws is just part of the solution. It really takes all of us to gather around a table and talk about what's going on and how we can all participate in solving our issues. Over time, we have built so many silos that people have forgotten how to communicate with one another. So I view it as part of my responsibility to bring people together in agreement or a disagreement and try to really resolve and think through how we can move forward together as a community.
Senator, a recent Los Angeles Times article reported that California is leading the nation in green jobs. How do you believe that our state has been able to take a lead in this critical industry?
Well, this is not a new thing for California. California has been at this for close to 50 years. We started in the 1960s really thinking about our environment. This movement started with folks questioning outcomes, consequences of what we are doing, and air quality. And that's where it started, because a long time ago, it came to a point when you came into LA, you couldn't see the sky, or maybe you could see the sky because it was so brown. And so we started talking about this close to 50 years ago, and how can we improve our air quality. And during the 70s, we had a huge movement into alternative energy resources too. And that's all part of the air quality discussion. How can we promote industry and manufacturing in this space and keep it here and still improve the quality of our air? And with the passage of AB 32, with Senator Pavley's bill, it just kept on moving that agenda just a little bit. Now we've always involved the privates, now the public sector. Senator Steinberg's SB 375 talking about sustainable communities and how we all gather ourselves together in terms of planning, trying to prevent sprawl, being more compact, more thoughtful about how we plan and develop our community. So, it's been an evolution here in California, so it's not been new. It's been something that we pride ourselves in. We've been ahead of the issue for many other states, and I think that all of us, or most of us in California, really appreciate our environment. It's a beautiful state, and we want to maintain it. And yet, yes, we want all the goodies that come with our style of living. And so it's that blend of what we want and need to have, and leaving the ability to be creative, coming together at the table and saying, how do we do this?
So what more could be done to create a green economy and more jobs, especially here in Southern California?
Well, we've started that conversation. Both the state and all of its agencies are trying to promote, for instance, solar installation. So we've communicated that to our community colleges, and lots of for-profit higher education institutions are on the bandwagon also. They see this as a marketplace to tout their training, that kind of thing. And we're also seeing more R&D in our research universities, talking about alternative fuels, and even the Arts Center, the folks who are developing, who are creative designers, et cetera. Everybody's engaged in this new economy, And as far as I'm concerned, government just ought to step out of the way and let this happen, or do things that promote this new economy, because California is ahead. Californians get it. I mean, we really are a lifestyle state, and yes, we have lots of problems, but we do get what we want and what we need, and that conversation needs to go forward.
This is a critical time, and we've been experiencing what some people call an economic crisis. How do you think we could use this time as an opportunity to take action?
I think every crisis brings opportunity to take a look at what we have been doing and how to do it better. And I think, I'd like to think that this office prides itself in taking that opportunity. It is my philosophy that it's when people are kind of down and out and no place to go, let's come together and see how we can take that next step forward. And so I'm an optimist, the glass is always half full with me. And so this is an opportunity in terms of greening, air quality, to take a look at what we've been doing to see if we can do it better. And and we have been working very diligently with our partners in this 21st district to see if we can come together with agreement on various issues that affect all of us, not only air quality, it's water, it's transportation, it's housing, it's poverty, it's all these issues, these huge issues that need to be rethought because government doesn't have all the answers.
Following up on that, what do you believe can be done in order to create more public-private partnerships, and also give some concrete examples of successful partnerships and how these collaborative solutions are so important?
Well, for me, being a legislator, we need to see more partnering with all of our higher education institutions. There needs to be a bigger connection between those who are doing job training, a bigger conversation. We need to really encourage our creativeness, the innovativeness out of our businesses to concentrate in this area. The city of LA has developed a high-tech corridor, trying to stimulate the green economy and having incentives to have these folks go down and do their research in this corridor. I mean, there's lots of incentives to do that. Even Pasadena has their little corridor for Caltech folks and JPL folks. So I support public-private partnerships. Government cannot do it alone. And in my district, the Gold Line, the Gold Line is the transit line between Pasadena and downtown Los Angeles. It's one of the legs of the Gold Line anyway. And so that was a private-public partnership. In fact, my predecessor, or two predecessors before me, Senator Adam Schiff, who's now the congressman for the area, passed legislation to allow for this to happen, because if we had waited for the public to do this with all of their priorities, we would still not have a Gold Line. So we created a separate entity to govern the structure of the building of the Gold Line. And it worked. And the private came in, bidded for the project, came in, built the project, not only on time, but under budget. And he was given incentive pay because he finished it ahead of time. And we're very happy with that. Now we have, with the passing of the extra transportation tax in LA County, we are moving that line out to Azusa, with the hope that eventually it'll go all the way out to Ontario Airport, which makes a lot of sense. Trying to get cars off that freeway, because we know that as soon as we build a freeway, the cars come and everything slows down. I think in that vein, I mean, kind of a sidelight, it's interesting that the state incentivized the development of alternative hybrid vehicles by giving them the right to roll in the commute lanes. And when that came to a halt, the UC Berkeley has just come out with a study on that, saying that now that hybrids cannot use the commute lanes, it was really an incentive to, encourage the technology, encourage the marketplace for demand for these cars, et cetera, that the whole system is slowed down. Not only traveling in the regular lanes, but even in the commute lanes is slowed down. So, and I drive a little mini electric, and I'm still able to go into the commute lanes, and I love it. So it's an incentive to all these things with that government can do to provide incentives or encourage development. I think we should do that, and public-private partnerships is part of that toolbox. And I think that we all learn from it. It's not perfect, but I think that we can find those patterns or model those behaviors that encourage people to do the right thing that benefits all of us as a society.
Could you please share a bit about your strategy for helping constituents, communities, and businesses in your Senate district in order to achieve this cleaner and greener economy?
What we do here in this district, and something kind of cute, we think it's kind of cute, it's called Greening the 21st District in the 21st Century. So, we have a manager for that program, a wonderful person who's putting all of the stakeholders around a table, and our stakeholder group has grown. We have about 60 folks in the 21st District that come around a table 4 times a year to begin the conversation about how we can be supportive of one another. Well, first of all, what are you doing? And then how we can be supportive of one another, sharing data, sharing conversations, sharing solutions to problems. And it's the hope that this group will come up with enough ideas that by next year, we started this project this last summer, so by next summer that this district will have a plan, or I will have a plan, to promote in this district about greening the 21st district in the 21st century.
Senator Liu, thank you for sharing your time and vision for a cleaner, greener California with us today. It's been an honor to have you on our show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, that's our show. I'm Leora Alpern. Thank you for watching AQMD On The Air. Visit us at cleanerconnections.org to learn how you can help us clean the air that we breathe.